and Jeremy from the band here. Everybody, the gang's all here. Now, last time you crazy Canucks were here, because you're from Canada, I asked a very simple question. So what's Canada good for anyway? Those 6 words, you have no idea. It caused me
you a lot of grief.
It did, dude. Jeremy, you're absolutely right. It caused me so much grief because a guy from Alabama, no less, wanted me fired and then called into question my Christianity like I wasn't saved because I had the audacity to make a joke about a poor defenseless country. And so I'm like, you've got to be kidding me. So tonight, I'm going to give you guys a little Canada quiz just to see how your country stacks up to this country. The greatest country in the world, the USA. USA! USA! Okay. Question number 1. Which country's citizens own more guns, Canada or the U.S.?
My guess would be the U.S.
Since there are 10 times more people in the U.S.
You are correct. The U.S. owns 46% of U.S. citizens own guns, and 27% of Canadians own guns. Now, obviously, there's less gun violence in Canada.
Funny how that works, huh?
Yeah, but the flip side of that is, so don't think you're all that great. The flip side of that is, we don't need some government police force to take care of us. We take care of our own. I don't need a Mountie.
Do you know that the New York City police force is about the same size as the Canadian military?
That does not surprise me.
Yeah.
The way you guys send like 5 guys to a war, it totally doesn't surprise me at all. Hey, we're gonna invade Iraq. Who's in? Canada, you guys in? Yeah. We've got 2 guys we can send you, if that's cool. Question number 2. Which country is responsible for more pollution, Canada or the U.S.?
United States of America.
You know, that's right. I can see you looking at me judgmentally. But the reason we have more pollution is because we make the stuff people want. Okay, not maple syrup, all right? Question number 3. Which country doesn't just give their health care away to anybody all willy-nilly? Canada or the U.S.?
Yet another negative on your country.
You know, you would see it as a negative, but it's not, because in the U.S. we understand that if pharmaceutical companies and doctors, if they're allowed to profit from people's illness, everybody wins. Now, and here's why. Because if they get rich, they can buy expensive yachts, helicopters, and mansions, which, as we all know, create what? Jobs. So there you go. I think it's quick. USA rules! Canada rules!
I never thought about that.
Yeah, you didn't. That's because you're Canadian. All right. Coming up, we'll get on to happier subjects. Little thing I like to call Christmas with Downhere. We'll do that in 10 minutes on Total Axxess. That's to Mark, Jason, Glenn, and Jeremy. They are all the guys, the bandmates from the band Downhere. Now, fellas.
Yes.
I want to have you guys play tonight, but I'm feeling very festive. I went to a holiday party the other night, and holiday party.
Oh.
Hey, whoa, what the hell? No,
For phone calls for Wally.
I cannot even believe I said that, because I love Christmas.
Email Wally email Wally if that's a problem, and if any of the comments he talked about Canada bothered you.
No, please don't. Please don't. Dude, you have no idea. I will literally get 1,000 emails about
All in right now.
No, you can't. Actually, no. I cannot believe I did that, because I love being able to say Christmas. I guess because I've worked in mainstream radio for so long, like it's just an old habit. And Christmas. I just atoned for it, okay? I went to a Christmas.
He actually danced when he did that.
Yeah, that's like an elf dance.
Yeah.
And but elves are evil. Damn it. So I love Christmas, needless to say, and I love the Christmas season. And I want you guys to play a Christmas song for us. But I'm curious, is Christmas different in Canada than it is in the States? Do you call him, like Santa, do you call him Father Christmas?
No.
Okay.
Santa.
Okay, so you guys still keep it on the Santa tip.
It's the same language.
Oh, it is?
English, yeah.
Really?
Yeah, probably Canada.
See, because this whole time I thought you'd been speaking French-Canadian.
Well, yeah, I can speak for that. I mean, in French Canada, we say things in French instead of English.
Right.
Yeah.
And so
It's Father Christmas in French, yes.
It is French.
Right.
Okay, so I was kind of halfway right. But because Canada is like divided amongst itself. You guys can't even get it all figured out. You got Manitoba, who knows what to do with that. And then Quebec, and then someplace where a bunch of French Canadians are, which might actually be Quebec.
Quebec, and that's it.
So let's do this. We figured out that Canada and the U.S. are very similar with respect to their Christmas secular tradition.
We've also discovered the right pronunciation for what's otherwise known as Quebec is Queenec.
Queenec, exactly. Yeah, you know what? I just make up stuff. I'm a wordsmith. So I want you guys to do a Christmas song, and you guys have a song on like a compilation album of all these other artists.
Yeah, our label released Bethlehem Skyline this year. It's a compilation with all of the artists on our label, and we had a great time. We actually wrote 2 new original Christmas songs.
See, now I like that actually, because I like hearing certain remakes of Christmas favorites, but I like when someone puts a different slant on it and takes their own viewpoint of Christmas and does something original that could then become, if it's good. I mean, if you guys,
someone else's tradition.
yeah, like if you guys didn't blow it, yeah, if you made a good song, this could be something that
These are classics. These
I hope
are
so.
going to be
Christmas extravaganza bonanza with the guys from down here. We got Mark, Jason, Glenn, and Jeremy in the studio live. Thank you, fellas. You have favored us with one phenomenal Christmas song, an original Christmas song that does have the sound of something that could become classic, and I really believe that.
Well, thank you very much.
I like your take. So let's do another Christmas song. I'm feeling crazy. But before we do that, I'm curious, like, what are Christmas traditions that you might have had growing up?
Well, one thing my family always does to this day is Christmas morning we have waffles.
Do you really?
We have waffles, homemade waffles, and the waffle irons come out from wherever they were stored, and we have waffles in the morning.
So I think that's cool. That's something you probably look forward to. Even as an adult, you're like, oh, I can't wait to smell that
are gonna be
waffle.
good, absolutely.
That's all right. How about you, Jeremy?
Well, my mom always goes crazy baking at Christmas, like all good mothers do. So there's always just these few items that we look forward to every Christmas. So this Christmas, actually, I'm not going to get to see my family. So she is mailing all of these staples of our Christmas menu down to my wife and I. And I'm getting a little anxious because they haven't showed up yet. So I'm wondering if the border guards dug in or something. And
They're contraband is what it is. I made a phone call. Sorry. How about you there, Glenn?
One thing we do every year that I look forward to is just having the family get-together game night with aunts and uncles and everybody, and it's just always
I like that.
laughing. Yeah, and we stay up late, and somebody always says we need to order pizza, and it never happens. And it's just the same thing.
It's funny, it's the same thing that you
For
down
some reason, we have to say these things.
Yeah.
Happens,
Well, that's cool, man. That's cool. And how about you, Mark? And I'm sorry, I did not mean to interrupt your popping and locking over there. He was actually breakdancing for some reason.
Let's do that to pass the times.
All right, what about you, Mark?
Well, we in Quebec, I mean Queenec, have different traditions. The music there for Christmas is a little different. They have their own thing called, in French, it's called the rigodon. And
That's French for Anne Murray, right?
no, yes. It's called Anne-Marie Christmas Time. But it's like hillbilly French.
Really?
It's got like this really, it's like a question and answer kind of music where, say, the grandma will start like ding 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 ding, and everybody goes ah, da, 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 and it just goes on and on and on.
That's kind of cool.
I haven't really figured out if they make it up as they go or they just learn after so many years of, the grandmothers have just memorized all these verses, but it goes on for like an hour.
See, that's what's cool, though, is because then you take these things from your childhood and you pass them down to your kids, and that becomes, your family legacy, which I think is awesome, and I'm always curious how other people celebrate it. We celebrate in my house by my dad yelling at the fact that the Christmas tree is taking so long to put up, and that he's getting jabbed by the lights,